Imagine the world suddenly going dark. The sun, our constant companion, disappears. The earth is covered in an unexpected night, darkness everywhere. This isn't just an astronomical event, it's a global crisis. Fear and confusion take over. We face the unsettling reality of a sky without the sun. This sudden darkness reminds us of our dependence on the sun. Imagine if the sun disappeared for 5 seconds. Scary, right? It sounds impossible, but thinking about it teaches us a lot. This idea, while unsettling, is important. It shows how much we depend on the sun, a star we often take for granted. The sun isn't just light and warmth, it's the lifeblood of our world. Its presence sets the rhythm of our days, the cycle of our seasons, and the essence of life. Imagining it gone, even for a moment, makes us understand how fragile our existence is and the power of the sun. Imagine if the sun disappeared for just 5 seconds. It might seem like nothing at first. 5 seconds, as quick as a blink. But the sun is crucial for our solar system. Even a short break would be significant. It's like stopping the conductor of an orchestra. The music might continue for a moment, but it loses its harmony. These 5 seconds without the sun give us a rare view, a world without its guiding light. It shows us that even a small pause in the universe can have big effects. The sun does more than just give us light and warmth. It keeps all the planets in place with its gravity. Think of a weight on a string swung in a circle. The string is like the sun's gravity. The weight is our planet. Now imagine the string disappears for 5 seconds. What happens to the weight? This shows how important the sun's gravity is for our solar system. Without it, Earth's path would change, leading to big consequences we'll explore next. If the sun disappeared for just 5 seconds, it would affect Earth's gravity. Picture Earth moving around the sun, held by gravity. Suddenly, the sun vanishes, like a dance floor disappearing. For those 5 seconds, Earth would move forward without the sun's pull, like a marble rolling off a table. This wouldn't be a big change, just a small wobble, a tiny hiccup in our orbit. Though small, this break in gravity shows how delicate our planet's movement is. Without the sun, our planet's gravity wouldn't be the only thing affected. It would also get very dark and cold quickly. The temperature wouldn't drop right away because Earth holds on to heat for a bit. It's like an oven. It stays warm even after you turn it off. But in those 5 seconds, you'd notice the sky getting darker, and the air would feel cooler. The temperature would drop a bit, reminding us how much we need the sun's warmth. This sudden chill would make us appreciate the sun's heat even more. 5 seconds might seem short, but it can still impact life. Many organisms need the sun's energy to survive. Photosynthesis, the process plants use to make energy from sunlight, would stop for a moment. Their biological clocks, which follow the sun, would be confused. Even animals and humans would feel this sudden change. Our body clocks, which control our sleep and wake cycles, would be slightly affected. These short disruptions show how much life on Earth depends on the sun. To understand what would happen if the sun disappeared for a few seconds, we need to look at the center of our solar system. Think of the solar system as a big clock, working perfectly. The sun is at the center, powering everything. It gives us light and warmth. It also keeps planets, asteroids, and comets in place with its gravity. Let's talk about gravity, the force that keeps everything in place. We don't usually think about it, just like the air we breathe. But it's what keeps our solar system together, with the sun being the main source. Think of it as an invisible web, with the sun at the center, holding everything. It keeps the planets in their orbits. Now, if the sun disappeared, even for just 5 seconds, those gravitational threads would break. The effect wouldn't be immediate, because gravity doesn't move as fast as light. It has its own speed limit. Let's talk about light. We see things because sunlight bounces off them. Sunlight is more than just light. It's energy for our planet. Plants need sunlight to make food through photosynthesis. They are the base of most food chains. If the sun disappeared, photosynthesis would stop. For 5 seconds, plants would pause their life processes. This short break wouldn't be disastrous, but it shows how much we rely on the sun. Let's talk about heat. The sun's warmth makes Earth livable. It drives weather, regulates oceans, and shapes climates. We often forget how important this solar energy is. Imagine it gone for just a few seconds. The temperature wouldn't drop right away. Earth's atmosphere traps heat like a blanket. But those 5 seconds would still cause a noticeable dip in global temperatures. It would remind us how much we rely on the sun's warmth. If the sun disappeared for just 5 seconds, it would be like pressing pause on our solar system. Gravity would weaken, light would stop traveling, and heat would stop flowing. Earth wouldn't fly off into space, and life wouldn't end instantly. But this short break would show how delicate our balance is. It shows how much we rely on the sun, the giant star that controls life on Earth. When the sun disappears, it won't be dark right away. A wave of darkness, moving at the speed of light, will sweep across Earth. The sunlight will vanish suddenly before we even notice. The sky, once bright, will turn dark. Stars will appear in the black sky, creating a stunning but eerie sight. The biggest changes will happen on Earth. Imagine if everything suddenly went quiet. That's what would happen if the sun disappeared for 5 seconds. Birds would stop singing and flying. Leaves would stop rustling, and forests would go silent. Even the oceans would feel it. The waves would slow down, as if the ocean were holding its breath. 5 seconds. Feels long in our busy world, but short in the universe. The sun would come back quickly. The light would return fast, just like it left. It would light up the Earth, making it bright again. The stars would fade, hidden by the sunlight. And on Earth, life would go on. Section 4. Echoes of the interruption. The sun's return wouldn't erase the 5 seconds of silence. Birds, confused but alive, would start flying and singing again. Leaves would rustle again, a sign of relief in the wind. The oceans would continue their waves, remembering the sun's absence. Life would go on. Our brief look at a world without the sun shows how much we rely on it. If the sun vanished for just 5 seconds, it would affect our planet, from temperature changes to disrupting life. We've explored the science behind this idea, looking at gravity, light, and heat, and how their absence, even briefly, would impact our world. This thought experiment reminds us of our dependence on the sun. The sun will rise and set tomorrow, just like it has for billions of years. When you feel its warmth on your skin or see a beautiful sunrise, take a moment to appreciate the sun. Our journey into a world without the sun isn't about predicting doomsday, but understanding our place in the universe. It's about recognizing the balance that keeps us alive, the dance between Earth and the sun. It's about appreciating our existence here on this small blue planet in the warm glow of the sun. A universe of wonders. We've reached the end of our journey about the sun disappearing for 5 seconds. It's a scary thought, isn't it? The sudden darkness and silence make us appreciate the sun even more. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What did you find most interesting? What other space events should we explore? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Check out our next video on black holes. Keep looking up at the stars and keep asking questions.